Good news everyone, Gary the Q&A back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing the answers to my Q&A video. Now you may remember about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer, I posted a video detailing my 500 subscriber extravaganza. Didn't quite work out. I mean, I will be doing a contest eventually. I'll be doing a kind of Blu-ray overview and also a shout out video soon enough. And also I announced I was doing a Q&A. You all asked your questions in that in the comment section in that video, and today I'm going to answer them. It really is that simple. So yeah, we'll get straight into it. No dilly-dallying. Got my iPad here and got the page right here. Just hoping that all the questions are on here, because sometimes the comments can come up as spam and not kind of come up on the actual video, but I think I've got them all. So yeah, I got a few. So yeah, let's start off with Blu-ray Evan. Really cool guy. Watches and comments on every single one of my videos for the past few months now. Really appreciate that. So yeah, first question from him. What are your thoughts on remakes? I like some. I would really love to hear your thoughts on them. I think when they're done well, they can be very good. I mean, things like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake wasn't a bad film, but it's I think people, well for me, I think that people kind of just disregard them straight away because they just kind of love the original so much. I am one of those people sometimes. Like Total Recall remake, I refuse to watch. RoboCop remake, I refuse to watch, just because I kind of just love the original film, which is maybe not the best way to think of it, but it's just how I am and how other people are as well. Horror movie remakes are ones that get done quite a lot, I think, which is a little bit too much, to be honest. What kind of classic horror movies have not been remade? Of course you can get good ones like Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead is a good one. So yeah, I think when they're done well, they can be very good. Evil Dead was another great one. I just think that people give it a bad rap. I mean, if you make it too similar to the film, they're going to say, oh, you made it too similar. But if you make it too different, they're going to complain anyway. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I enjoy the odd remake. Not the biggest fan of some of them, like I said. Sci-fi remakes I'm not a fan of at all. Yeah, so when they're done well, they are done very well. So yeah, that's my thoughts on remakes. What made you start a YouTube channel? Well, I remember probably about 2 years now. I don't even know why I started. I started watching people's videos like what was Marky Man HD, was now Marky Man 1, and there's now Fruit Man. Sim3218, it was just returned, kind of the classics, Forkable, who else, Media World 01, because it's mainly started when I actually kind of started buying and collecting Blu-rays, but I believe I did kind of start watching people's videos before I actually bought a Blu-ray player or Blu-rays themselves, so I'm not kind of sure what prompted it really, but and then I thought I thought this is something I quite like to do. Then I bought a kind of a flip camera, and I had that for about a year or so, I think. And then I bought the camera that I've been using for quite a while now. And yeah, sometimes I get annoyed, well not annoyed, but disappointed by the amount of views that I sometimes get, which is fair enough. I mean, I'm not going to get into all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I do enjoy doing it. It's just when I put kind of effort into things and not many people watch them, it gets me down a little bit. So which means I kind of don't put that much effort into it. I mean, my Blu-ray updates could be much better, I know. But I did actually kind of try quite hard on my kind of 24-hour movie marathon, and also I'm starting to edit my a Saw movie marathon, which I did. It's just it gets hard, you know. It sometimes gets hard, but yeah. So it's kind of I just kind of started watching people like I listed before. And I just thought this is something I'd want to do. So yeah, that's it really. So yeah, Steelbook or Digibook or Special Edition. Digibooks are nice, I just don't have that many of them. I am more of a Steelbook collector. I'm not quite sure why. Before I started collecting Steelbooks, I did watch a lot of Stinger Splash's videos, who was the king of Steelbooks until he sold a load of them. So I don't know really what it was. I mean, Steelbooks are kind of easy to get. It's just like, I mean, Zavi's completely screwed us over with all the exclusives, and the prices are pretty much extortionate now. But then you get kind of ones that are quite rare now, like the Lawless Steelbook, Who Framed Roger Rabbit Steelbook, which are really rare, which I do actually own, which is cool to have. And also it's kind of what's the word, kind of security, that if you're really strapped on cash, you can kind of sell them and get a bit of money back, which I don't plan on doing anytime soon. But special editions I do really like. I don't own loads of them. If it's like for a film that I really love, like I own pretty much every special edition of the Dark Knight trilogy. I own the kind of the regular box set. I own the Bat Cowl. I own the steelbooks of every Batman film. It's just something I do. Also, kind of well, not especially, kind of Evil Dead as well. I own the regular Blu-rays, and then I own the steelbooks, and then I even own a VHS of, I think, the first and the second one. Actually, that's my brother's, but I actually I remember watching them for years ago. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, I think steelbook really. It can get a bit annoying, all these films that are getting releases that don't really need releases, and I'm kind of what's the word? Kind of cutting down on buying steelbooks now. It just not, unless it's for a film I really like, or the steelbook artwork is really good. Because then I buy like steelbooks like This Is England, which at the weekend was down to like nine quid when I bought it for 15, which really pisses me off. So I don't usually buy steelbooks when they actually come out. I am getting the Godzilla steelbook. That's mainly because it's an Asian exclusive. So yeah, steelbooks for me, but it does get a bit annoying sometimes. So that's steelbooks really. Favourite TV show, Curb Your Enthusiasm, by far. Well, when I say that, it's kind of joint between that and Breaking Bad, but I can't really say which one is my absolute favourite because they are two very different TV shows. So I just can't really compare it. I mean, if it was like I just think of it as like a serious show, my favourite is Breaking Bad, and a kind of a comedy show, my favourite is Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm not quite sure why. I just remember watching, I think it was the first episode of season 3. Well, it's the one where he invests in a restaurant, and I just absolutely loved it. And then I remember my brother bought me the first set of the first season for Christmas, and I just really loved it. It's just a show that I could watch over and over again and laugh the same amount like each time I watch it, even more sometimes. So yeah, Curb Your Enthusiasm / Breaking Bad. It's a joint favourite, but like I say, it's two completely different shows. So it's kind of like different ends of the spectrum. So those two, Breaking Bad and Curb Your Enthusiasm, really. And then we have some from Matthew Lenton, the guy who must have every Blu-ray known to man, or at least every UK Blu-ray known to man. I've got a lot of questions here. Dubbed or subbed movies? Subbed, definitely. Sometimes I do kind of, if there's like, I remember when I went to see The Wind Rises, and I purposely went out to see the subtitled version. It's just if I have the choice, I'll definitely go with subtitled. But if I'm forced to watch dubbed movies, I will watch them. I do sometimes watch the dubbed version on Studio Ghibli Blu-rays, but I stick to subtitles as much as I can. So yeah, it's definitely subtitles. So yeah, subbed movies. Do you prefer buying new or second-hand titles? Well, there's the obvious answer, like the new ones cost more, second-hand ones don't cost as much. So yeah, I do kind of like buying new, but then you buy new and then like weeks down the line it's like really cheaper. Sometimes not even that long. Something like Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It's like I bought the Blu-ray for, I think it was about for 15, and then like a few months later it was in the 5 for 30 with the slipcover, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I do like buying second hand. Like I said, mainly because they're cheaper. So yeah, new really, but I will buy second hand if I have to. What's your favourite UK label? It's got to be well, I can't remember the name of it. What is it? Artificial Eye. That's the one. Definitely Artificial Eye. As you may probably know, I aim to own every single AE release / Curzon Film World as well, because they're part of the same company. So yeah, definitely Artificial Eye. They just bring out just different great films. I know Arrow Video are fantastic. Verve Pictures are pretty good. They brought out Short Term 12 and My Brother the Devil. So I mean, Dog Wolf was good as well. The more documentaries. I think only documentaries actually, and they're really good as well. But Artificial Eye for me, it's just I also love the. I'm just looking at them now. I love the kind of the spines of them. They're nice and uniform, and I'm that kind of person. I've also got the ATV exclusive of an Infomaniac as well, which is a really nice addition. So yeah, definitely Artificial Eye. Yes, Artificial Eye really. So yeah. Are there any blind buys that you've grown to love or didn't expect to like when you first watched them? Any blind buys? I mean, to be perfectly honest, most of the blind buys I actually have actually bought. I haven't actually watched yet, so I'm not quite sure. Just kind of looking at my collection here, trying to think. A Few Good Men I really liked. What was the question again? Blind buys that you've grown to love or didn't expect to like. Let's have a think. I can't really think of any now, but again, quite a lot of the ones that I do buy, I do try to aim to buy ones I've actually seen and I've seen and liked. So I honestly can't think of any now, but just kind of mainly ones that I've watched recently, like A Few Good Men. That's all I can think of really. Can't really see the slip covers. I have my slip covers in a different section. Yeah, so I can't really think really. No, I mean, it's just films that I wouldn't expect to like. I wouldn't really buy those kind of films. So I can't. A Few Good Men, that's all I can think of really. What 3 films would you like to see on Blu-ray that haven't been released? Ooh, 3 films. Let's have a think. Now I'm not sure what every film is out on Blu-ray, so if the films I'm saying might actually be on Blu-ray. I should look through my DVDs really, because quite a lot of those I do think should get a Blu-ray release. I mean, recent ones, I think Ain't Body Saints was. Well, no, I think the question is more what films that haven't been released on Blu-ray anywhere would like to be released. Maybe. I might have to pause this video and have a think, because I cannot think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pause this video because I just can't think. So yeah, bear with me for 1 second. So I've got my massive DVD binder here. So I'll just kind of look through some of these films. 8mm would be really cool. Let's have a look. Maybe some of the earlier Lenny Abramson films, like Adam and Paul. Garage would be a good one. American Splendor definitely. No, I just think that is on Blu-ray, but not in the UK. So I'd say that as a kind of reserve title. Things like comedies that are very underrated, like Basketball, I'd love to see on Blu-ray. Let's have a look. So I don't really want to have to just kind of look through, because it'd be quite boring to watch. Oh, this is really hard, this. Let's have a look. Yeah, let me just pause this and I'll actually have a proper look. I mean, it's not technically a film, but Stephen King's It, I would love to see on Blu-ray. That'll look really, really cool if they do a really good upgrade on that. Some of the Gus Van Sant films that haven't really had Blu-ray releases, like Last Days, or An Elephant is on Blu-ray, isn't it? So yeah, that's all I can think of really. So I don't really have kind of like, or Murder Party, I'd love to see on Blu-ray. So yeah, I guess 8mm, I suppose. I know it's not really the answer you're looking for really, but it's all I can think of really. So yeah, that. Have a look. Murder Party. And maybe Nil by Mouth, possibly. I'm just kind of reading off titles there. It's not a great answer. I do apologise, but it's all I've got at the moment. I don't really have kind of 3 titles in my mind that I think, yeah, it's definitely the Blu-ray release. So yeah, apologise for that answer. It was not very good. Sorry, there's hair on there. Yeah, which other YouTubers do you like? Oh man, this could be a long list, which of course I'll do my shout out video for. Oh god, Forkable, Amaticus Tatooey, Sympathy to 1-8, like I say, I watched him when I first started. Fruit Man, Stinger Splash, you obviously. Who else? Film Game Junkies, Chris and Victoria, Adam's Collections 101. Yeah, so I don't want to kind of reel too many off because I want to save them for my shout out video. So yeah, those few YouTubers. There are some more out there, but I'll wait for that. You can wait for my shout out video for that. What's your favourite / least favourite genre of movie? Least favourite, I mean the consensus is a kind of rom-com, but some of those I do quite actually like. So your favourite genre? Probably British film. I know it's not particularly a genre, but there's no really kind of subgenres in British film. So British film definitely. It's just even the kind of the straight to DVD shitty ones I really like films like Turnout, which not a lot of people know about, which I really do like that film. So yeah, least favourite I guess rom-com, just because I can't really think of any others, and favourite British film definitely. If you could visit one place in the world where you've never been, where would you choose? Man, this is hard. I guess Dover. No. I suppose France, maybe. I still remember kind of years and years ago when I played the Broken Sword. I think it was Broken Sword 2, and there was a place called Montfaucon. I remember kind of planning to go there when I was older, which never really panned out. So I guess France. I went to Portugal when I was about 10, but that was the last time I actually went abroad. So yeah, I'd guess France. Do you play any sports? No. I used to watch wrestling, which I don't anymore. I still watch kind of old wrestling Blu-ray DVDs and Blu-rays, but none of the new stuff. It just doesn't interest me at all anymore. But do I play? Definitely not. I despised PE at school. I just hated it. Football, I can't stand. I don't like watching it. Don't like playing it. Don't like talking about it. Don't like hearing about it. So yeah, no. What's your favourite type of food? Pizza, I suppose. I'm a big fan of, I know people have, but Domino's pizza I really like. I get a bit too much of it, that's the only thing, so I should kind of cut down on that a little bit. So yeah, I guess pizza, I know a lot of people would say pizza, but that's all I can think of really. So yeah, thanks for those questions, Matthew. And another two from him actually. Yeah, what sort of music, sorry, read more. What sort of music do you like? Heavy metal, literally anything apart from like kind of like pop. No Katy Perry, no Taylor Swift, no none of no that Robin Thicke, none of the shitty manufactured rubbish. Things like Rush is my favourite band of all time, no doubt about it. Alice in Chains I love, Soundgarden I love, Metallica I love, Slipknot I really love. So yeah, definitely kind of rock, heavy metal. What are the 5 most? Oh God, this is a hard one. What are the 5 most important? What are the 5 most important bits of advice you'd offer to anyone starting their own YouTube channel? Don't let the bastards grind you down. Especially kind of people like trolls. Just ignore them. If you get kind of trollish comments, just don't reply to them because they'll just come back at you even worse. So yeah, just ignore the trolls. Again, don't let the bastards grind you down. Don't get too not complacent. Don't get too down if you don't get many views. I know it's just kind of getting out there is the hard bit. But I do find that quite a lot of the new YouTubers now do get out there a lot more. Like Nikki Superchick completely blew up. Again, so yeah, so don't be kind of disheartened if you don't get many views. How would I put it? Get out there, get out there more. Reply to people's comments, which I don't do that much. Very much is at my detriment. Kind of network a bit. Post stuff on Facebook, especially kind of join groups to kind of post your updates and what have you. I suppose. I honestly can't think of 5 really. That's 3, I think, isn't it? Yeah, 3. It's got to be something else. If I think of any more, I'll kind of put it in afterwards. Oh God, what's your favourite joke? no joke in particular really, but I am a fan of kind of close to the bone humour, things like JP, like Ricky, Jimmy Carr and Frankie Boyle. I'm a big fan of anything that kind of pushes the boundaries, but I can't really think of a specific joke. What do you call a guy with a spade on his head? Doug, I guess. I'm not quite sure. So not really favourite joke myself, but yeah, I'm quite a big fan of kind of close to the bone humour. So yeah. What are your favourite movie poster? Gosh, this is a hard one. Of all time, wow. I do like the poster for Sideways actually. I love the fact that it's hand drawn. It really kind of tells you what the film is about, just wine and people. So yeah, I'd say it's kind of like things like Sideways. I don't own that many posters. I mean, I do own posters, but no kind of ones that I'd think, yeah, the artwork on these are really, really cool. Evil Dead I really like. Mainly Evil Dead 2, the kind of hand drawn one. A little bit in spaced. Stop it! But yeah, so kind of the hand-drawn ones, maybe kind of Graham Humphreys. I know Arrow Video do a lot of, or he does for a lot of Arrow Video, which are really, really cool. What's the scariest thing you've ever done? Probably climbed to the top of the York Minster, which is very, very high. I did that a few years ago. I remember absolutely bricking it when I went up there. But it's a really cool thing to do, and I'm kind of glad I did it. I mean, it's nothing like a life milestone or anything, but yeah. So yeah, kind of walking to the top of York Minster really, because it is very, very, very high. If you were to stop if you were to stop doing YouTube videos, what would you do as your last video? That's just a hard one. Literally, the last video would probably be a shout-out video, maybe, kind of saying who kind of helped me along the way. So yeah, something like that, like a shout-out video, like a thank you to everyone who's helped me and stuff like that. Which is not going to be a very long video, but yeah, something like that. Anyway, if you were to win the lottery, what's the first thing you'd buy? Probably I'm not a car, I can't drive. A house, probably. I mean, to be honest, this house is not very good, so I'll probably knock it down and build it up new. I suppose, I'm not quite sure. Something like every games console. No, not games console. I'm not really that big a gamer anymore, but like maybe like a massive 3D TV. But yeah, probably a house first. Actually thinking about it, yeah, probably a house. So yeah, I'd say a house, but any kind of maybe like a massive telly, like a 100-inch now, 3D TV. Now it's impossible. Home cinema or proper cinema. I mean, yeah, the whole thing with going to the cinema is a bit of a slog nowadays. Well, especially like kind of the big chain ones like View, Cineworld. I've never been to, but kind of ones like Picture House cinemas are really, really nice to go to. City Screen in York, the best cinema in the country by far. A home cinema, I've never had home cinema, so I don't really know what the experience is like. But yeah, of course, in the cinema you get kind of annoying people. I don't know why the hell they've started selling nachos at the cinema. Christ knows why. So yeah, I'd say, I don't know, because sometimes I watch kind of comedy films or kind of series films that have comedy in them. I don't really like that much at the cinema, but then if I watch them at home, I think, like something like Edge of Tomorrow, it's like, I saw it at the cinema, and because I didn't laugh at the things that other people laughed at, I just felt like it wasn't really funny. But then I watched it at home, but I still didn't really laugh. But I think it's because I just didn't really laugh in the cinema. So yeah, I'd say home cinema probably, because people can get very annoying. So yeah, I guess home cinema. And that's the questions from him. Got some questions from Savlad. Favourite I'm on a Partridge episode, probably. I can't 100% on the name of it. I think it's A Room with an Allen, the one where the hotel in the first series when the hotel's being refurbished. It's kind of Seinfeld. It's like the show. It's like an episode about nothing. Like nothing really happens, but it's just really hilariously funny. When he's walking along the road singing Goldfinger, really, really funny. Hands up and give me all your petrol. So yeah, probably that one. Series 2, I didn't. Well, Series 1 I preferred, but Series 2 is good as well. So yeah, I think it's A Room with an Alan, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Favourite movie soundtrack? I love Now Is Good soundtrack from last year. Played on the Pines from last year. I really loved Mike Patton. I hope he does more film scores in the future. Donnie Darko, fantastic soundtrack. The score and the actual soundtrack itself. So yeah, those are a few, but I don't really kind of have a like a set favourite. But those few. What are your interests other than watching films? Listen to music. Sorry, listen to music. Gaming. I'm not that big a gamer. I mean, to be honest, the only games I play nowadays are Lego games, Rock Band Guitar Hero, Disney Infinity, Skylanders. So not really gaming that much. I love. I mean, it is kind of linked to films, but it's not just films. I'm a big fan of kind of censorship. I mean, my ultimate dream in life is to become a BBFC examiner. It's just something I'm really interested in. It's just it's just more like a hobby than it really is a career, like a career choice. So I'm not that kind of. I'm just not a kind of person that would kind of do that kind of thing. It's just a dream of mine. So yeah, it's kind of linked to films, but not really films. So kind of censorship, I'm a big fan of. I'm just interested in it. So yeah, those kind of things. Do you own any games consoles? Yeah, just a few. I own, actually not that many. I own 360. I did own a Wii U, but I sold it a few months ago. Still have a Wii, but I don't really use it. 3DS, Vita, and I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, Vita does get a bad rap, but there's a few good games on there, kind of Broken Sword, what's the Virtue, the sequel to 999, Virtue's Last Reward. That's a really good game. That's on 3DS as well as the Vita. So yeah, those ones. But I'm definitely more of a 360 gamer, mainly because just the games I play are on games I mainly play are on 360. I'm not that big a gamer as to buy kind of a PS4 or an Xbox One. Really, it's just nothing that I just don't game that much anymore. So yes, those are the games console they own. So thank you for those questions, Savlad. Let's have a look. What is your couple from Terence Fox? We got hi. First of all, what is your favourite horror film? Oh man, Nightmare on Elm Street, but I actually kind of prefer the third one. Favourite horror movie. I love The Shining as well. So yeah, I don't really have like a set favourite, though. There are a few of them. What is your job? It's not a very glamorous job. I am a cleaner at an offices in Fulford Road in York called Thesis. I work for BritSafe, which is my advice to you: never work with BritSafe. They are fucking useless. Which is why our supervisor just quit, which is great. So yeah, so that it's not very glamorous, but it pays the bills that I don't actually have that much of, because I know I'm a sad bastard. I still live at home with my mum and my brother, which is not ideal, but they have it. I don't have like a high paying job, but I get about at least 500 every month. We used to get paid every 2 weeks, but now it's every month. So yeah, not very glamorous, but it is what it is. So yeah, thanks for those questions, Terence. A couple from Karma's in Rot. What Studio Ghibli films would you recommend for a first timer to add? What Studio Ghibli films would you recommend for a first timer to add to their collection? Totoro, My Neighbor Totoro. Castle in the Sky is my absolute favourite Ghibli film by far. Love Spirited Away, that is coming out in I think about a month or so. Well, it's supposed to be coming out a month or so anyway. So yeah, probably My Neighbor Totoro, really, because that's even people who aren't like kind of big Ghibli fans or watchers think that is really good film. So yeah, I guess My Neighbor Totoro. But yeah, Castle in the Sky is my absolute favourite, and it always will be. What do your friends in real life think of your collection and channel? Well, I have no friends, so they don't really know about it. I mean, mainly my family are people who watch. I mean, my uncle and my cousin watch my videos a little bit, but again, I don't really have that many friends, so they don't really think of anything really. Well, I don't have any friends kind of that live near me anyway, but I do hope that there's a few people on YouTube that I refer to as friends, so that's always good. So yeah, thank you for those questions, Shona. Yeah, a few more from Matthew Lenton. iOS or Android? iOS, mainly because I've never used Android, so I can't really compare the two. So iOS. Do you prefer tea or coffee? Tea, definitely. I physically cannot drink coffee. It just doesn't agree with me. It's not, it doesn't make me sick or anything. It's nothing I drink. I mean, to be honest, it just tastes like crap to me. I just don't like coffee at all. So definitely tea. Yorkshire tea, bang on. What is your favourite book? Man, I don't read that much. Mainly from like my childhood, like Burglar Bill, Cops and Robbers, anything from Alan Alberg is really cool. The Postman, I can't remember who wrote that. The Christmas Postman, the Postman, stuff like that. Beatrix Potter I used to love as a kid. So mainly books I liked as a child really. I don't read that much now, and the books I do kind of read are like kind of the books that films originate from. So yeah, kind of as I was a child. Now maybe again, I don't really know, to be honest. Like I said, I'm not a big reader. Quite like the majority of the books I actually have are kind of film related, or Carl Pilkington's books I really love because he's the funniest man on the planet. So yeah, that's kind of the answer I could give for that. If a book is adapted for a film, would you read the book, and if so, before or after you've seen the film? Probably after. If there's a book, again, I'm not that big a reader, so even if there is a book that everyone says is like the best book ever made, and like a film's been made of it, I'll probably wait for the film, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, mainly I'll see the film first. Like I went to see The Maze Runner, I really loved that film, and then I went out and bought the follow-up books. So I didn't actually read the first one, so that's kind of a moot point. But yeah, so probably after I've seen the film, mainly. Like I say, I'm not a big book reader, so I'll kind of watch films more. So yeah, probably afterwards. Yeah, who is your favourite comedian? Lee Evans, no doubt about it. He can make me laugh like no other man can. A little bit more when he is, because the problem with Lee Evans is that because every year his live shows get longer, there's more bits that don't work. But like when the box set I have kind of his old stuff, like his hour show, I would laugh. I would laugh just like a maniac. I love Chubby Brown as well. Yeah, Ricky Gervais, yeah, take him or leave him really as a live stand-up. So yeah, kind of stand-up comedian, definitely Lee Evans. Can you play any musical instruments? I kind of can play the trumpet. I used to play it when I was younger, but I just kind of gave it up. I played that for quite a few years actually. I remember doing lessons at school, didn't particularly like it. So yeah, so just the trumpet really. I mean, unless Guitar Hero counts as an instrument, that's about it really. So yeah, thank you again for the more questions, Matthew. And yeah, looks like the last question, and it is from the last king of Skullboa. What are three films that you would show someone that would represent you and the type of films you really love? Man, that is a bloody hard question. I guess I know it's cliche, but my favourite film, Dead Man's Shoes, probably. It's just, I think everyone in the world should see that film. It doesn't matter if you don't like it, but I think everyone should just see it and make their own mind up. Oh man, yeah, it does make sense, but it's just not really, it doesn't make sense in my brain, but it's because my brain's completely screwed. Sit up a bit. Three films you chose something representing the type of films you really love. Again, Cast in the Sky, just because Studio Ghibli is my absolute favourite animation studio, definitely. Show something that represent you and the type of films you really love. It's a really hard question. I cannot think of any others really. And even the answers I did give, I'm not really sure of the answers to the actual question. can't think of any more really. I honestly can't. Maybe a comedy, maybe Superbad. I'm not even sure. I'm just kind of reading out random comedy movies at this point, which isn't the best way to go about it. But yeah, I can't really think of any more. So yeah, Dead Man's Shoes, Cat in the Sky. I've got to pick one more. Some kind of British film. American Psycho, maybe, because I sometimes have psychopathic tendencies. Yeah, so probably Dead Man's Shoes, Cat in the Sky, and American Psycho. It's kind of a random ragtag of films there. But yeah, that's all I can think of really. So yeah, those three. So yeah, that is the end of my Q&A. I would have liked a little bit more, but thank you for everyone who did ask questions, especially Matthew. He did, let's have a look, 10, 19, 25 questions. Really, really cool. So yeah, thanks for everyone who actually asked questions. I would have liked a little bit more, especially maybe from guys like Forkable, maybe Rossboy19, maybe even Razor Eye Reviews. I might like Kasatui possibly, but yeah, I did appreciate the questions. I actually really liked doing this Q&A actually. No joke, I really did. Some really good questions, especially from Matthew, but everyone else as well. So yeah, that is about it. So yeah, thanks for watching my Q&A. Now I might do one of these kind of late next year, maybe, if I'm actually still on YouTube, because it's kind of dragging me down a little bit now. But yeah, that was my 500 sub Q&A. So yeah, thanks as always for watching. Again, thanks for everyone who asked questions. And that'll do. And I do apologise that this wasn't a live hangout. It's just my internet is just not good enough for that kind of thing. It's kind of a good job I actually did that test run with that library update, because now I know that it doesn't work. So if I'd have done the Q&A, it would have just kind of kept screwing up. So I'm glad I did do it this way, and I'm absolutely spent. I'm really, really thirsty, so I'm going to sign off now. So thanks for everyone who asked questions. Hope you enjoyed this Q&A somewhat. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and yeah, thanks a lot.